what is the bearing of E from F? So where it says from F, that's where we're going to measure from, okay? So, and of course with bearings, you've got to go clockwise and you've got to go from the north. So you're going to go in that direction from the north, and you stop when you hit the line that goes towards E. So this angle you want. Now, we don't know what it is, but we do know that's 130, and we do know this is a full circle. So of course in a full circle you've got 360 degrees. So if we subtract this part of it, take away the 130, we are left with 230 degrees, which is what F is going to be, the angle at F, the bearing at F towards E. Question 2, LMN, line a straight line. What is the bearing of N from M? Okay, so again from M, so you measure clockwise, okay, direction, and you go until you meet the line going towards N, alright? So you want this angle here. The key to this is realizing it's a straight line. Okay, you can see it's sort of horizontally there. It's a straight line, so we know in a straight line angles add up to 180. So again, we got the idea of if we take this 83 away from 180, we're left with our angle. So 0 take away 3, well you can't do that. So you get 7 there, and you've got 17 take away 8 is 9, so 97 degrees. Okay, PQR line, a straight line. What is the bearing of P from Q? So Q is here. Okay, so you're measuring from Q clockwise until you get around, until you hit the line that goes towards P. It's quite a large angle. But again, you know, we know this part of it is 73. We also know this is a straight line, so we know this sort of semicircle here is 180. So the big angle is made up of the semicircle plus that angle. Okay, so we can add them, and we get our bearing of 253 degrees. Okay, the next question, what is the bearing of Z from Y? Right, now this brings in another property of angles. Okay, when you have two north lines, you've got to remember that these north lines, because they're going towards the north, they are parallel. Okay, they go in the same direction, parallel. So that means we can use the idea of Z angles, F angles, and more specifically C angles. Okay, notice here you've got a C. Okay, if you turn it on the side, you can see there's like a C there, and with a C, the interior angles add up to 180. Okay, that always works with parallel lines. The interior angles will add up to 180. Okay, I mean, one thing you can see clearly is they're not going to be the same, aren't they? They're not the same because that's bigger. All right, but just remember that they add up to 180. So that's 78. This is 102. Okay, I've written it sideways there. But bearing of Z from Y, well, that's the angle, as I said, we need. So 102 is what we've got. Same idea here now with question 5. Bearing of Y from Z. So from Z here, you've got to go clockwise. Have to go clockwise until you get to the line. So you want this large angle here. Let's look at what we've got over here. Now 260, that doesn't necessarily help us. But you can work out this angle here to be 100, can't you? Okay. Because of course you've got a circle, and they add up to 360. And again then, you know, you should look for this straight away. When you've got two north lines, look for this idea of the interior angles. Okay, once you've got one, you've got the other. That one's 80. Okay, they add up to 180. So this is 80 here. So then you can get a Z. Okay, you can see what makes up now, full circle. So take 80 away from 360, you're left with 280 degrees. The last one, the bearing of Ryoton from Cwm is 235 degrees. Right on the bearing of Cwm from Ryoton. Okay, you're kind of doing the opposite then. What they don't do here is they don't tell you where Ryoton is. It doesn't really matter as such. This is just this diagram isn't going to be drawn to scale. But if the bearing of Ryoton from Cwm is 235, well, 235 from Cwm, yeah, that's where we're measuring from. Well, if you were to go clockwise, that would take you to about 180, so you need to go a bit more to get to 235, so maybe about there, where it would hit the line that goes to Ryoton. If we draw Ryoton down here, and draw a north line for it, okay, Now, we want now the bearing from Ryeton, okay, come from Ryeton. So Ryeton, you'd measure then from the north, clockwise, you'd want that angle there. Yeah? But again, use this idea of interior angles when you've got two north lines. So we know this is 235. Let's work out this interior angle. Let's work out what that is. It's a circle, isn't it? They're 360, okay? So if the outside is 235, the inside is 125. Okay, and if that's 125, you can work out what this says here. Interior angles add up to 180, so this is 55 degrees. Okay, because those two got to add up to 180. So your answer then is 55, but of course don't forget with bearings, you need a 3-digit figure, so you need to put 0 in front of it.